G'day guys, it's Phantom, and today I'm going to be reviewing two movies and one show. The first being Intergalactic from Kid Cudi. It is a Netflix special for his newest album with the same name. It's an animated movie, and of course it's voice acted by Kid Cudi. Also having Ty Dolla $ign, who was another rapper, pretty cool. Timothy Chalamet, and some other really great talent. The animation style is Spider-Verse type animation, kind of like a 3D and 2D blend with a lower frame rate, which is kind of an issue for me. It's shot in 15 FPS, which gets kind of jittery and jerky at times, but throughout the movie you don't really notice it that much because you're so invested with the characters. It is a very simple story, but is very effective, and the main characters, the way they're written is great. And the cool thing is that pretty much all the characters look like they're real life actors, which is pretty cool. The soundtrack for it as well, it being with the album, it is a great soundtrack for a movie. I will give a review on the album soon. But with it being like a standalone album, it's not his best work, but it is still really good though. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the Jeffrey Dahmer series. It was a very tough watch. Very gritty, very dark, and being with the main character, which was Jeffrey Dahmer, it was kind of hard to like him because, he is a killer. And my issues with the show is a bit of historical inaccuracies, which, I mean, not every movie or show can be 100% accurate, but if it was close to that number, it would have been one of the best real crime shows. It's not a documentary, it is a proper TV series, which was pretty nice. Another problem that I have is it's not really a problem. I understand why they did it, but in Australia the rating for it is R18, and I honestly don't see how it fits that rating. Yes, it is violent, and yes, it is very sexually graphic. But being that rating, I've seen MA15 rated shows and TV and movies that have been more graphic and more, but I do understand why they did it, because it is real. Everybody's affected by it, well, almost everyone. I honestly didn't know who he was until this series, and I didn't know how much of an impact it is to everybody. With like all the kills and all that, I understand why they kept it more off screen, which is being that they didn't want to glorify any of the victims, which is completely understandable. More of the violence was directly towards Jeffrey Dahmer's death, which we all know what was going to happen. But if they would have made it more graphic, it would have been more impactful. But I don't think that the rating system was could have been that high, but they did shy away from a few things. But overall, it is a really great series on Netflix, and I do recommend you watching it. And the final thing I'm going to talk about is Blonde, the very controversial movie that disrespects Marilyn Monroe's life. I'm gonna give my honest opinion as I always do. Um, I don't think this is as a terrible film as everybody's been saying. Obviously, you can have your own opinion, and I understand your points, but I I've- I'm gonna talk about the positives first. Visually and technically, this is a masterpiece. It is a experimental film, which I did like. We need more experimental films like this, but unfortunately, they had to pick a big name that everybody is gonna watch, and unfortunately, it is with this. Um, Ana de Armas is absolutely incredible. Um, Her performance is spot on. From the poster, she looks exactly like Marilyn Monroe, and I don't really see anybody else playing her. To be honest, I've seen some documentaries and other stuff, but yeah, she's perfect. It isn't it isn't a biopic. It is a fictionalized retelling of her life, based off a book um, of the same name. And being almost 3 hours, it is a very long watch, and you can skip a few things. Um, and yet again with this series, with this movie, um, I, I mean, I kind of understand it, but I don't see how it gets a NC-17 rating. Um, it's it's not as graphic as what everyone's been saying. Well, for me anyway. Um, but yet again, I do understand the point, and I do agree that it does disrespect and degrades her life. And if we got a movie that actually like celebrates her life and gives it like more of a happier uh, feel to it, then it would have been an absolute masterpiece. The movie is also not in a normal structurally story. It has no story. It pretty much just like shows iconic moments from her fame. If they did do a real positive telling of her story, then with the same actress, by the way, if they did it with the same actress and everything more on the opposite side, it would have been an absolute masterpiece. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you know, anyways, that was my reviews on these few things I've been watching on Netflix so far. I'm going to be doing some album reviews soon on some albums. Anyways, have a good one.